So earlier we showed you an outtake, a blooper kind of an interview we did with Chloe Sevigny. She's an actress in a new show on A&E. It is a wonderful show. She plays a homicide detective there. The rest of the interview outside of the blooper went very well. Although she plays a very dark character, the interview fortunately was pretty lighthearted.
Yeah.
Well, I have to admit, I went and I watched the trailer for this show, Those Who Kill, and I'm kind of scared of you right now.
You should be.
You are intense in that show.
I'm intense. I'm intense. She's a driven woman. She's very passionate about what she does, and she's pretty no nonsense. There's some tender moments, though. You get to see her being soft with her friend's child and with her mother and with some men. But for the most part, when she's on the job, she's pretty tough.
Absolutely. Were you just drained after shooting some of these scenes? For folks who don't know, you are a homicide detective and you're willing to push the envelope to get the job done. After shooting these, you must have been spent.
A lot of the action scenes were pretty exhausting, to be honest. There was one action scene where they had us running, and I was like running and running for almost like 6 hours, and the next day I got up out of bed and fell down because my legs were totally shot. So those scenes are really exhausting physically, and then of course, yes, emotionally, some of the scenes can be very draining because they're very heightened and, playing scared and like always having, yourself all worked up can be very draining.
Yeah, I feel like
but
that.
But all worth it in the end.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that on the first warm day of spring. I go out and I run too hard and then I can't walk the next day.
There you go.
You have been in some unbelievable movies, some very dark roles too. Obviously American Psycho, that's where I know you from. Was this different though? I don't believe you've played a homicide detective before.
I have. In an American Psycho, I think my character, Jean, the secretary, she was the only real innocent player in the entire film. So she was just, a victim to the crimes that were going on around her. And but yeah, this is very different for me. It's the first time playing a detective, and I think it's a lot more mainstream than a lot of the other work that I've done, and I think it'll appeal to wider audiences. But I think the character still is really complex, very deep. She has a lot going on, and I think people will kind of relate to her in lots of different ways, and I hope people are spooked by it and enjoy it and are, on the edge of their seats.
What do you think, broadening this out a little bit, it really seems to come at this height of TV shows. In the 90s, I remember thinking, oh man, TV shows, I just don't know how much longer they're going to last. And now we have Breaking Bad, and we have all of these dark shows that have just become sensations. It seems like you're really hitting the crest of the wave here.
I am, and I did another show for HBO called Big Love a few years ago, which kind of eased me into this television world. And I think there's just so much great writing, and a lot of film stars now are attracted to television because there aren't as many movies going on, being shot, and so there's just all this great work on television drawing people to it. And once again, it's just the writing and good storytelling and a lot of good female characters, from The Bridge to The Killing, and like all these really interesting women who are now kind of taking over when there was all these kind of interesting men. Now the females are coming into their day.
Yeah, I like that. Great observation.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, hey. No, I agree. I think that's a really good observation. I've also observed your shirt. It's a really cool shirt, and I'm going to use that to segue into the fact that you're also a fashion designer.
I am a fashion designer. Well, designer, I don't know. But I do a fashion line with a store called Opening Ceremony in New York, and we sell online at openingsceremony.com. And I do it kind of once a year and it's a great outlet for me. It's something I love to do creatively, from the designing to the show to the presentation to the lookbooks. There's so much involved in it, and it's something I get to call my own. When you do a TV show or a movie, it's so collaborative, and not that the line isn't, but it's less. So it's something I really enjoy doing.
Last question. When can people see this show?
The show airs Monday nights at 10 p.m. on A&E.
That's wonderful. Again, it is Those Who Kill. Chloe Sevigny, thank you so much for joining with us, and best of luck with this new dark show that I may be scared to watch.
Oh, come on, Adam.
Okay. All right, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. For you.
Okay.